brand new stay-at-home orders as hospitals there risk being overwhelmed. There are a lot of governors who oppose bringing back these lockdown orders and forcing businesses to close. What do you think? Do you think more states need to consider taking that kind of drastic action and the kind of drastic action we saw when the pandemic first began, or can there be a more nuanced approach?
Well, certainly mask wearing has essentially no downside. They're not expensive. Bars and restaurants in most of the country will be closed as we go into this wave. And I think, sadly, that's appropriate. Depending on how severe it is, the decision about schools is much more complicated because the benefits are pretty high. The amount of transmission is not the same as in restaurants and bars. So, trade-offs will have to be made. But the next 4 to 6 months really call on us to do our best because we can see that this will end, and you don't want somebody you love to be the last to die of coronavirus.
When do you think life will fully return to what we thought of as normal back in January? No masks, no social distancing, no other protective measures necessary.
Certainly by the summer, we'll be way closer to normal than we are now. But even through early 2022, unless we help other countries get rid of this disease and we get high vaccination rates in our country, the risk of reintroduction will be there. And of course, the global economy will be slowed down, which hurts America economically in a pretty dramatic way. So we'll have, starting in the summer, about 9 months where a few things like big public gatherings will still be restricted. But we can see now that somewhere between 12 to 18 months, we have a chance, if we manage it well, to get back to normal.
And obviously, we're changing administrations, we're changing governments right in the middle of this unprecedented effort to distribute the vaccine. Are you worried that the changeover between administrations and the reluctance of President Trump to acknowledge the reality of his loss, the delay of the transition, that it could complicate the process?
Yeah, transition is complicating, but the new administration is willing to rely on actual experts and not attack those experts. They're laying out clear plans. So I think we'll get through this in a positive way. I'm pleased with the people and the priority that the President-elect Biden and his team are bringing to bear on this problem. And Biden's doing his best to retain Francis Collins and Tony Fauci and add them to that strong group of people. These are people who are willing to admit when things aren't going well, and deliver tough messages, particularly about the next 4 to 6 months. And so, I do think the U.S. will not be one of the worst performers as the team comes into office.